There are movies we watch once, and then there are movies that live inside us. Grease is one of those rare, unforgettable ones. When it premiered in 1978, no one could have predicted it would become this, a global cultural phenomenon. Not just a film, but a memory, a mood, a moment in time that never faded. For some, it was their first glimpse of the 1950s. For others, it was their 1950s come to life again in color and song. Leather jackets, milkshakes, sock hops, first kisses. Grease captured it all with sparkle and sincerity. Online, the love for Grease still runs deep. I watched it every weekend with my mom. The final scene still gives me goosebumps. It made high school feel like magic. It made love feel eternal. It's not just the songs, it's friendship, heartbreak, freedom, all wrapped in music we still sing decades later. Grease was passed down, mother to daughter, father to son. It became a tradition, a connection, a reminder of who we were and who we hope to be. And now, as time goes on, and some of the beloved cast have left us, Olivia Newton-John, Jeff Conaway, we watch with even more love, even more gratitude. Because when we press play, we aren't just watching a movie. We're watching our youth. We're hearing voices we miss. We're feeling something timeless. Grease is forever. A story of music, of love, of growing up. Where the summer never ends. And love really can change everything. We go together like Rama Lama Lama Kadingada Dingadong. And somehow, all these years later, we still know the words. Olivia Newton-John born on September 26th, 1948, in Cambridge, England. She was already a global music icon before stepping into the role of the wholesome Sandy. Born in 1948, she brought a mix of vulnerability and confidence that made her character iconic. Her song, Hopelessly Devoted to You, became a radio staple. Beyond acting, she was a four-time Grammy winner, environmental advocate, and founder of the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness and Research Center in Melbourne. She bravely battled breast cancer for over 30 years and became a symbol of strength and grace. Her legacy spans music, film, and advocacy. She died on August 8, 2022, at age 73. Alice Ghostley was born on August 14, 1923, in Eve, Missouri. By the time she appeared in Grease, she was already beloved for her roles on television and stage, known for playing quirky, lovable characters with perfect timing and heart. In Grease, Ghostley played Mrs. Murdoch, the straight-faced, dry-humored shop teacher presiding over a group of teenage boys who were more interested in souping up hot rods than learning real-world mechanics. But it's in her brief appearance that she managed to deliver a flash of comedy gold, becoming a fan-favorite character in just a few lines. Standing amidst motor oil and flying wrenches, Mrs. Murdoch wasn't your typical teacher. Yeah, she had seen it all and nothing fazed her. She had the deadpan delivery of someone who'd long since given up on trying to control teenage chaos, but stayed on because, deep down, she cared. Alice Ghostley's role brought something important to Grease. A woman in a traditionally male job, commanding respect without ever asking for it. She was tough, dry, and wonderfully out of place, and that made her unforgettable. She reminded us that the adults at Rydell weren't just cardboard cutouts. They were part of the story, too, anchoring the teenage dreams with a bit of grounded, real-world humor. Alice Ghostley passed away on September 21st, 2007, in Studio City, California, at the age of 84. Joan Blondell was born on August 30th, 1906 in New York City. Joan Blondell had already lived a full life in Hollywood long before she ever stepped onto the set of Grease. A veteran of classic cinema, she brought decades of grace, resilience, and star power to every role she played. And in Grease as Vi, the warm, no-nonsense waitress at the Frosty Palace, she delivered one of the film's most understated yet unforgettable performances. In a movie defined by teenage drama and youthful energy, Vi was the steady hand, the quiet adult in the background who had seen it all. She didn't try to take center stage. She didn't steal scenes. But she gave the film something few other characters could, a sense of real-world grounding. She was the woman behind the counter who listened without judgment, the one who refilled your soda when you were heartbroken, the adult who remembered what it felt like to be young and confused. In her brief scenes, Vi reminded us, and the characters, that heartbreaks pass, friends matter, and growing up is messy but survivable. Her role may have been small, but her impact was lasting, because every teen story needs someone like Vi, someone older, someone who's lived, someone who watches all the drama unfold and quietly supports from the sidelines. Joan Blondell passed away on December 25th, 1979, just a year after Grease was released at the age of 73. Ed Burns was born on July 30th, 1932 in New York City. Ed Burns was already a television icon by the time he walked onto the set of Grease. But it was his role as the ultra-slick, fast-talking Vince Fontaine, the TV dance host with a dazzling smile and a wink for every girl, that cemented his place in cinematic history for a whole new generation. Vince Fontaine wasn't just a character, he was a vibe. He represented everything cool, everything dreamy, everything televised. When he showed up at Rydell High's National Bandstand Dance, the energy shifted. He brought the glitz, the rhythm, and just the right dose of grown-up chaos to the teen world. With his classic lines like, "If you're gonna be a square, you're not gonna go nowhere," Ed Burns delivered not just dialogue, but style. He flirted with Marty, spun records, and gave the dance-off that climactic push it needed to become one of the most iconic scenes in movie musical history. In Grease, he wasn't trying to steal the show, but he absolutely did. That voice, that hair, that wink. Vince Fontaine was every teenager's idea of what stardom looked like. Ed Burns died on January 8th, 2020 in Santa Monica, California, at the age of 87. Dorothy Goodman was born on October 28th, 1914 in Columbus, Ohio. She will always be remembered as the high-strung, fast-talking, and delightfully flustered Principal McGee of Grease, the woman who tried, with very limited success, to keep the students of Rydell High in line. As Principal McGee, she wasn't strict or scary. She was hilariously overwhelmed, always one step behind the chaos of high school life. She wasn't just playing a character. She embodied every school administrator we ever remembered. The kind who genuinely cared, but had absolutely no idea how to deal with teenagers. She was there for every dance, every assembly, every announcement. A constant presence amid the youthful whirlwind of Rydell High. One of her most beloved scenes was during the end-of-year carnival in Greece, when she delivered her farewell announcement. If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. Dorothy Goodman passed away on June 22nd, 2008 in Englewood, New Jersey, at the age of 93. Sid Caesar was born on September 8th, 1922, in Yonkers, New York. He would always be remembered as Coach Calhoun, the gruff, slightly clueless but big-hearted gym teacher of Rydell High. In a world of slick-haired rebels and swooning teens, Coach Calhoun brought the chaos of authority, the kind of adult figure who tried, and often failed, to keep order. Sid Caesar brought a humanity to Coach Calhoun, a vulnerability. He wasn't trying to upstage the kids. He wasn't playing to the camera. He was the grown-up in the room who still remembered what it was like to be young. He gave Grease a grounding presence and the reminder that every teen story takes place in a world built by the generation before. Sid Caesar passed away on February 12, 2014, in Beverly Hills, California, at the age of 91. Annette Charles was born on March 5, 1948, in Los Angeles, California. Annette Charles had a presence that lit up every room and every screen. But it was one role, one fiery performance, that ensured her a place in cinema history forever. She was Cha-Cha Di Gregorio, the best dancer at St. Bernadette's. In Grease, Annette didn't just play Cha-Cha, she owned her. From the moment she strutted into the Rydell High dance-off in her black dress and bold confidence, everything changed. She wasn't the lead. She didn't have the most lines. But somehow, she stole the spotlight. Cha-Cha wasn't just a character, she was attitude. She was movement. She was that spark of chaos that made Grease more than just a love story. She made it electric. Annette's background in dance and performance shaped her role beautifully. She poured all her passion and discipline into every frame. What many don't know is that she was a professional dancer before the film and brought that raw, real motion to life on screen. No stunt doubles, no shortcuts. Annette Charles died on August 3, 2011, at the age of 63. Jeff Conaway was born on October 5, 1950, in New York City. He had the energy of someone born for the stage. A Broadway actor in his youth, he moved fluidly between theater, television, and film. But it was one unforgettable role that etched him into pop culture forever. Kaneki, the slick-haired, sharp-talking T-bird with a rebel's charm and a soft spot buried beneath the bravado. In Grease, Conaway brought Kaneki to life with a mix of swagger and sincerity that audiences fell in love with. He wasn't just Danny Zuko's best friend, he was our favorite bad boy. The guy who talked tough but showed heart, who loved Rizzo fiercely, laughed the loudest, and delivered one of the film's most iconic moments. Greased lightning. What many don't know is that Conaway actually played Danny Zuko on stage in the original Broadway version of Grease. But when the film was cast, he didn't mind taking a step back, because, as he once said, "I just wanted to be part of it." That's how much Grease meant to him, and we're glad he was. Because without Kaneki, without him, the gang wouldn't have been the same. After Grease, Conaway starred in the sitcom Taxi, earning a Golden Globe nomination. But the shadow of his early fame followed him. He struggled in his later years, battling addiction and illness. Yet he remained proud of his legacy in Grease, calling it the highlight of his career. The memory of him leaning on a cherry-red car, laughing with the T-Birds, singing his heart out, will never fade. Jeff Conaway died on May 27, 2011, at the age of 60. Susan Buckner was born on January 28, 1953, in Seattle, Washington. Susan Buckner was a shining light long before she stepped into the hallways of Rydell High. But it was her unforgettable role as Patty Simcox, the overly enthusiastic, ever-cheerful cheerleader, that made her a part of movie history. In Grease, Patty Simcox wasn't the cool girl or the rebel. She didn't wear leather or break rules, but somehow everyone remembers her. She was that classmate. The one who always organized everything, said hello to the principal, and probably volunteered for every committee. And Susan Buckner played her to perfection, never overdoing it, always grounding Patty in sincerity, even when she made us laugh. Grease wasn't just about the bad boys and girls, it was about every kind of teen. And Patty Simcox reminded us of the kids who tried just a little too hard to fit in. While other characters in Grease were fighting for love or street cred, Patty Simcox just wanted everything to go smoothly. The pep rally, the dance, the school year. And in doing so, she became an irreplaceable piece of the Grease puzzle. She passed away May 2nd, 2024. Dennis C. Stewart was born on July 29, 1947. Dennis Cleveland Stewart was never meant to fade into the background. With his unmistakable swagger, sharp features, and rebellious energy, he brought something to Grease that no one else could: a real sense of danger and fun. He was the perfect antagonist to the smooth-talking T-Birds. With a menacing stare and a leather jacket that screamed trouble, Craterface wasn't just a side character. He was the threat that made the world of Rydell High feel real. We met him first at the Frosty Palace, sneering with his gang. We feared him at Thunder Road when he faced off against Danny Zuko in a death-defying car race. And yet, despite his rough exterior, he became just as iconic as the leads. Because in the world of Grease, every character mattered, and Craterface was unforgettable. Dennis reprised his role in Grease 2, 1982, a testament to how memorable his performance was in the original. Though the sequel had a different tone, Stewart's presence anchored it to the spirit of the first film. Dennis C. Stewart died on April 20th, 1994, at just 46 years old, after a private battle with complications related to HIV. Craterface wasn't just a villain, he was part of the soul of Grease. Rough, loud, fearless, and unforgettable. Thank you for watching. If this video brought back memories or touched your heart, please subscribe. Tell us in the comments, who was your favorite character from Grease?